Hi, this is the next series of 3D modeling, unwrapping, and texturing. In this module, I'll try to teach you how to learn and model a basic axe, but the procedures and the methods you should follow so that it will simplify your modeling procedures as well as texturing. So it can be extended like maybe 3 parts or 4 parts as of this model. The model looks simple, but I guarantee you that you will be learning a lot of new things in it. How you simplify it, how you model it, and how you go adding extra edge loops to give some more high details. Okay, this is a basic reference. What I'll do is it. I'll try to get back here. In the top view, I'll use this as a reference and try to model it. If you check out here, this is wooden. This is one cylinder. You can't model everything. You should not model everything in a single object. It's like a single cylinder or something else. Start extruding it. This is you have to divide the object. This is one object, one more. So one, two, three, four, five, and six. Six objects. Six objects. You can easily unwrap it and model it. First of all, main thing, we'll try to model it. We won't be modeling in a high definition, high resolution mesh, but once we model the basic one, we'll unwrap it for the texturing, and then we'll try to add the edge loops so that it doesn't disturb or doesn't affect any of our UV layouts. Cheers. Let's start. Get back to Maya. I'll use a CV curve here to draw the shape here as a reference. I'll zoom in here. If you hold X, you can snap it like this. This is like a handle. First of all, let me be very clear. This is nothing to do with the modeling. This is just a reference. We are drawing just a reference. Enter. Now here, if you check here, I want something like this. So I click here. Here's the blade stand. Enter. Now I add the tip. Yes. I'm drawing only one side. I'm not drawing both the sides. I'll try to do it. Now select everything. Control G. Control G is for group or else edit group. It's up to you how you use it. Go to X, scale X, change to -1. Sorry, I did one small step wrong. Was it? Yes. After grouping, you need to go to edit, duplicate, or you can say Control B. -1 in X-axis. You got this result. Zoom in here. Now we'll try to draw the blade. Enter. What I'll duplicate it. -1 in X-axis. But I don't want. If you check here, I don't want this same pattern. There's something different, so I can just click on scale. Scale a bit different. Right? What I insert or else modify, center pivot, scale it down. I'm happy with it here like this, but I'll go to vertex, control vertex. I want something like this. So this point. this one I'll move it down like this. Okay. Now I want something like this. Here what I did was go to vertex and select the stop 3 points. I'll use some. I'll scale it straight. Right. Now select these points. So this is what I want. F. Now select everything. Here, this in the layers, put it in one layer. If you click on this icon, all the selected objects will be in the layer. Okay. Now this is visibility. This is, you got some empty space here. If you click on once, it's template. It's very tough to see for me, so I'll go for reference. Right. Now, as this like production management thing, I'm telling you that we are modeling based on the procedures which we follow in the production hours. So don't leave it like always name it. What is the name of this one? This is X reference layer. It's always like name it. It's always good. And the next thing is always save it. Now, I told you that we'll follow some procedures when we are modeling based on the production standards. So we'll go for create a cylinder. I'll create a cylinder in front view so that it's sorry. If you check here, it's here. Now go to channel editor, move it down all the way. We'll be adding some details on top of it. So first thing, I'll increase the radius, so you can select this attribute here, and in the viewport you can hold your mouse middle mouse button and scroll it so that you can increase the radius. I increased it. I'm happy with it, but I don't want the subdivision access to 20, so I'll go for 12. Generally I prefer 8, but 12 we need it because this is a little bit around effect and all the stuff. I don't want to depend on the mental way subdivision standards. So this is it. Now first step, come back to the front view, go to edge mode, drag and select all the alternative edges, because you need to change this surface into all quad surface. Okay, because by default right now this is tries. And here now tries. If I select it now, this is quad. Let's go 1 2 3 4 5. So I did it, select it in front view and delete it. Come back here, I'll go to edge loop, insert edge loop 2, one here, the second one here. I added 2 loops here. You can double click this one, hold shift, double click, so we have selected the sequence of edges. Scale it uniformly. Now come back down. I'll add 1 loop here and 1 here. Hold shift, double click, so that you have selected both the edges, sequence of edges. Scale it uniformly. Now I'll scale it with Z axis. Right. If you want to adjust it a bit, you can select everything. Move it down. Now you don't need to leave it like this. It's always bad procedure. Delete the history, edit the by history, and modify freeze transformations. It's clean. Change this to max. And the next step is normal soften edge. this is what it looks in the games. Okay? But I'm happy with it. Come back to the front view, create one more cylinder, come back once again to top view, increase the height. I'll go for some 5.4 the radius, or maybe 5.3. Right. Next step is change the subdivision access tool, because we are going to add details using pump and all the stuff, normal maps. Now I'll freeze the transformations, move it a little bit side, come back here to the front, move edge mode, select all the alternative edges, backspace, let's do it. Now this is perfect quad, right? Now go back here. But one thing, do you need this one? Yes, you don't need it. So go to face, backspace. So now this is hollow. So you should start thinking that you need it. Is it a required one? If it's required, you can leave it, or else leave it as now. I don't know that name, so I put as good. The next step is freeze the transformation, delete the history, normal, so forth. This code is disturbing me, so I'll just switch it over. Now for this one, I like a little bit, so I'll duplicate this one. Okay. Now go to vertex, move all this all the way top here, select this row vertex, pull it down, pull it down. Now select all these two row vertex, scale it uniformly, and scale it in y-axis. Z-axis here is there. Now come back here. Now if you check here, I'll move it down. I'll scale it a bit down, scale it down a little bit, move it down. Right. Now I'll go to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, add one loop all the way here. Shift double click, scale uniformly, no problem, scale it back. Okay. Always freeze it, delete the history, this will be an X, holder. Now comes this one. It's up to you how you want it. I'll go for once again a basic cylinder. Come back here. Here, this one is not that important, it's just a metallic object without any design. So I'll just go for 8 and then increase bit of height. What I'll do is I'll freeze the transformations so that I know the position, know its side. Select all the alternative edges, backspace, so it's perfect quad. Type 0, it will go back here. What I'll do is select this one, so this one, hold X, snap it. Now come back to the top view. Vertex. Scale it all the way down. Now I'll add one loop. here, select vertex, move it down. I'll add one more loop here. Now this one. This one. Now freeze the transformations. I'll push it forward. I don't need these faces. If you need it, you can leave it. But right now, we don't need it. And now, see that you delete the history and normals. Soften the edge. You got some good decent look. It looks good. And I'll select this one. Copy this name. Paste it. I'll change the holder to save it. Now we need to create blades. I'll use a box. It's always a safe bet. Okay, come back to the side view here. Move it down so that it's exactly in the center. Here, what I'll do, I'll select this face, extrude, pull it all the way to the end, and I'll increase some divisions. Let's take, I want one here, but still I'll go for 4. Right, 4. Go to the object mode. Here I'll go to vertex, move it down. Here it goes like this, and I'll go to something like this here, something here. I'll move this one up here. Right, now I'll select all 3 pieces for this one, and this one. Extrude it. Don't click outside, just extrude it. I need some 2 divisions. Now come back here, vertex. Now here, what I will do is that I won't put it something like this to get the sharp edge. I'll put it something close here. Okay. Now it looks a bit okay. I'll just move it a little bit down. If you want, you can add a loop here. Vertex. Looks okay. This one will go all the way down. But if you see we got something need to fill it, I'll add a loop here. I'll scale it a little bit straight. Down here, vertex. Now I use this thing. Control D. -1 x-axis. I'll scale it a bit down. I'm trying to adjust with this one. Okay, come back here, vertex, you don't need to model all the way from, you can use this model now. Now come back here, it goes here, now this one will be here. Okay, now we got this one. It looks okay, but here doesn't look like a sharp edge. It's very easy. Double click on this edge so that it will select all this edge which is needed. Come back to the top view, scale it like this uniformly. Now vertex, push this point on top of it. This one will go here. This one, this is which is related to this point, I'll put it something like this. Same way this point, this point, this one will go all the way down. Right, if I switch on the guidelines, you can see it. A bit of adjustments is needed here. Now the same thing we'll do here. Double click this edge, scale it uniformly, zoom in, vertex. It will go here. This point is related to something here. With practice you will get it, no problem. Move it down here. This point is coming, so you can see. Object mode. Select both and select soften edge. Okay, I'll hide this thing. This is what we have. I'll change this name to eyes. Right. Play. Copy. This should be left play. Edit. History. Next one. Can you see here? Go to modify. Face transformations. This one is clean, clean, clean. Right. So this is a very basic model which we did it. And if you go for display, heads-up display, poly count, we got some 392. Still we can decrease it a lot, but this is one of the best ones. This one here and a lot of things you can decrease it, but I'm happy with it. I'll switch off this one. In the next part, I'll try to show you how to unfold it, and laterwards how to make it more detailed, which can be used for games, Xbox or something else, high-end games, or else for feature films and TV series. Okay, see you in next session. Bye.